let's get started making our Instagram ad. The first thing we need to do is go to facebook.com, and on the top menu bar on the right hand side where the little triangle is, you just click on it and slide down to where it says Manage Ads. This is where you select the ad account you want to use, and unless you're managing ad accounts for somebody else, you're only going to see one account and it's going to have your name on it, so you would just click on it and it's going to load the Ads Manager. The Ads Manager is where we can see our campaigns, our ad sets, and our ads. And if you haven't made an ad before, you're not going to see anything here. To actually make our ad, we go to the right-hand side, this little green button that says Create Ad, and we click on it. And this is where we begin by selecting our marketing objective. Whether we want to drive some traffic to a website, maybe create some brand awareness, or generate some video views, or maybe even lead generation. So depending on what your objective is, that's the option you would choose. For this tutorial, we want to try and generate some traffic to our t-shirt website and hopefully get some sales. So let's choose that. All right. And we can also change the campaign name if we want to. If we're going to make several of these, it's a good idea just to keep everything straight. Otherwise, just leave it and click Continue. All right. You can now change the ad set name. Once again, just to keep everything nice and tidy. Let's begin by choosing where we want to drive our traffic. So it already has pre-selected the website. That's what we're going to leave it as. You can also create an offer for your ad if you want to. We're not going to do that in this case. Now we can begin by choosing our audience. So this is really important, and since this is the first ad for this account, we're not going to have any saved audiences. We're just going to create a new one here, and we start by choosing the location. So I'm going to go ahead and remove Mexico and add instead Los Angeles, California. So you can be really precise here and change the radius from the location that you choose, and you can of course choose multiple locations at once. It doesn't have to be just one. Next, you can choose the age, gender, and languages of the people that you're trying to target, and this is going to be based on your marketing information. So depending on what your research tells you, that's what you would put here. And if you're not sure, then these ads could be a good way to try and start to flesh out a profile of what your ideal customer is. So you can be pretty broad if you're not sure, but if you do happen to know this information, then this is where you would use that to your advantage to target only those people. So I'm going to go ahead and do that now. I'm going to change age from 20 to 29 and gender to just women and languages to English. And notice as I change these here, I get an update of how specific or broad I'm being with the targeting. We also get a potential reach, how many people we could potentially reach, an estimated daily reach, and an estimated daily link clicks. So these are just estimates, but they tend to be pretty accurate. Next, we can do some really detailed targeting. This is where the magic of Facebook and Instagram come in, because we can choose to segment our people by demographic information, interests, and behaviors. So for example, let's say that I want to target just people interested in online shopping. All right. I can select as many as I like. Next, I can also narrow an audience. I'm going to do that now. They have to be interested in online shopping, and they have to be interested in pop music. So once again, you can add several of them here. You don't have to choose just one. All right. And next, we can choose the type of connection that the person has. So what do I mean by that? Well, for example, we can target people who already like our page, friends of people who like our page, or exclude people who like our page. So that's what we're going to choose in this case. And then you choose the page that you want to specify here. All right, and of course you can save this audience so you don't have to go through the steps of recreating it every time you want to make an ad, so that's a good idea. Next, we can change the placements. So right now we have automatic placements. We're going to change that because even though we are on Facebook, we only want Instagram ads. So we're going to click on Edit Placements. We're going to change device type to mobile only. And we're going to deselect Facebook. We're going to get rid of the audience network, and we're going to get rid of Messenger ads as well. So we only have Instagram selected and feed, but we could change it to stories if we want to, and this is where we'd do that. You can also specify specific mobile devices or operating systems if your ad happens to, if you happen to need that for your ad. Next, we can set the budget and the schedule. So we can choose either a daily or a lifetime budget. We just input the amount here, and we can also schedule that. So I'm going to go choose a daily budget, leave it as it is, and I'm going to set a start and end date. So let me just click here and set it for tomorrow, which is Saturday. Change it to, actually, we're going to run it for 2 days. All right. Well, actually, it's 24 hours, but it starts on the 18th and it ends on November the 19th. So we'll just leave it as it is. And here you get a preview just so you can verify that how long it's going to run and how much you're going to spend. All right, so here's where we optimize our ad delivery for link clicks, which is what we are interested in. You could also choose impressions, but that's just how many times it shows an ad to a person, and they can show the ad several times to one person, and this would be if you want to show that ad to as many people as possible. So if you want to show it to as many times to a person as possible, and this is to as many people as possible. We're just going to leave it at link clicks because that is most efficient if what we're interested in is really driving people to click on it and go to our website, right? If we're not interested in how often they see it, but rather how often they go to the website. So when do we get charged for impressions? No, we want to change that to link click. Once again, link clicks are really where we're going to drive those conversions and hopefully get those sales. Right, you could also choose the delivery type. I would just leave that as it is. This starts to get a little more complicated, and this tends to be really good just to let Facebook's algorithm choose the timing for your Instagram ads. So you just click on continue. All right, and you choose the Facebook page that you are representing with the ads. So I'm going to choose that now, and you have to have your Instagram account linked to your Facebook account, and so as I click that, it automatically recognized it and put it here, so it's the same one. Next, you can choose the format of your ad. You have a carousel, a single image, a video, a slideshow, or even a collection. For this one, we're just going to do a single image, but I do suggest you check out carousel and single video for Instagram. Those are other excellent options that you can use. Next, we can choose the image that we actually want to use for our ad. Already have it all set up here. Now, they recommend a different resolution that I'm actually uploading. I'm uploading a 1080 by 1080, which is a square image. They recommend something that's really more suited to Facebook, so we can just go ahead and ignore that. It's going to look much better in the preview here. You can add several of them if you want. And here's where we add our website URL, the store URL. So I have that here. I'm going to go ahead and just copy that and paste it. And I'm also going to do the same for the text. And I'm going to go ahead and add all of the hashtags as well. Right. So one thing you can do here, as you can see, the text ends link in bio and then the hashtag start. One thing we can do is just add a little bit of space here with some, there we go. And so that just hides the hashtags. They're still effective, but you have to click on more to actually see them, and it doesn't look quite as cluttered as before. So just a little tip there. And you can change the call to action. So right now it's set to learn more, but we have a bunch of different options here. For example, we can click on sign up, shop now, learn more, depending on what your ad is about. So for ours, we want to use a shop now button. All right. And you can also create the ad in multiple languages right now. You can pretty much ignore these unless you happen to use Google Analytics and want to add some of those URL parameters here. And this is only really relevant for Facebook ads since we don't actually see the link in an Instagram ad. So it doesn't matter what you put here because no one's going to actually see it. You could, of course, set up your Facebook Pixel or any of these other events to track the effectiveness of your ads. So that's how easy it is to make an Instagram ad using Facebook. You can review any of the previous options or settings that you have using the left-hand sidebar. You can edit them at any time. Once you're set and you want to run your ad on Instagram, you just click on confirm. And that's how easy it is to run an Instagram ad.